Today you're in for a treat, or maybe not. We're going to play a little bit of pretend. And that pretend is that I know how to play guitar, which I don't, and that I have a great singing voice, which I don't. But guess what? We're going to do it anyway because I've got an important point to make. So we're singing the blues. Bum, 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 I've been wronged. Oh, I've been wronged. You feel that way sometimes? You feel like you've been wronged and you just want to sing the blues and everyone's against you, the world's against you, and you're just angry because things are not going the way you thought they would. Maybe you're disappointed because your life isn't turning out as you thought. Maybe your loved ones are moving moving away from you. Maybe you're feeling isolated. Maybe all the things that you've just tolerated so far in your life are now becoming this giant thing of energy, and it feels really overwhelming. So one thing that happens when people are feeling this pent up combination of emotions is that they don't deal with it. They don't know that they're doing this. It's unconscious. Oftentimes it's unconscious. And so what they do is they look out into the world and look for ways that they're feeling like they might not be treated well. And those touchy topics become the fire, the tinder that lights up this sense of being wronged in life, being wronged in society, being wronged in your family, all of those things. And so you're just sitting there playing your guitar, singing the blues that I've been wronged, right? You're just singing the blues because this is your experience. And it truly, truly is. I'm not here to say what your experience is or is not. I'm here to bring some attention to the idea that this energy of feeling I've been wronged, of singing the blues, and putting yourself as the victim of other people's stuff, which may or may not be true, right? But the fact that you're putting yourself in that position of feeling you're wronged is being at an energy of helplessness. Do you see that? You're at an energy of helplessness and you're singing the same song over and over every day that I've been wronged. And this is the explanation for my emotional experience and my experience in the world. And if only this other thing were different, that then I could feel okay. And the truth is, beloved, that it wouldn't change things because you would be looking for another thing to feel like you've been wronged about. Because the problem isn't necessarily those things outside yourself. The problem is this emotional thing that's within you that feels so threatening or big or whatever that you don't want to take a look at it, that it's so much easier to kind of project it out into the world. And here's what we know, that when we're looking for confirmation of a certain thing in our life experience, that we're going to find proof of that. No matter what it is, you could say, I'm going out there today, I'm going to look for green cars. Guess what you're going to see? You're going to see green cars all the live long day because that's what you're looking for. You could go out into the world and say, I'm going to look for people who are trying to cheat me. And guess what you're going to find? People who are trying to cheat you. And you're going to say, see, I knew it. I knew it. This is the truth of things. What we focus on is what we see. What we search for proof-wise is what we're going to find evidence of. So it raises the question, if you have the power to look for the proof of something and find the evidence of it, could you choose what you're going to look for proof on and what you're going to find evidence of? The answer is yes. But it means that you need to stop singing the blues. You need to at least ask the question of yourself, am I getting something out of this singing this song about how I've been wronged, about how I'm the victim, powerless? Let's say that you believe your mom has a favorite child. This would be such a common thing, right? In a family where you feel like someone of your siblings is the favorite one. They're the one getting all the exceptions. They're the one getting extra money. They're the one that you show more attention and love to, but it's not you. And that it causes a lot of hurt, right? But so you're looking for evidence of how you're not mommy's favorite or daddy's favorite or whatever. And it may or may not be true that your mom or dad has a favorite kid, that your siblings do have an easier ride in life for one reason or another. But in some sense, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't, right? It does on the literal level, but on the emotional level, what matters most is that you have a chance to express that emotional experience that you're having. Now, if you're really brave and you want to have that conversation in person with your parent, do it. It can be a very healing thing, but there's so much of underlying emotion there that it may be hard to really have that conversation. I remember telling myself a story through most of my life that nobody really saw me, that nobody loved me, which on the rational side of myself, I could say this is ridiculous. This is probably not the truth. And yet within myself, within my soul, I felt this emotional truth of not being seen and heard. And I summoned the courage to ask my parents, do you love me? It was a big moment. If they were surprised that I even felt that way, of course, they said, I love you. Of course, I love you. And I needed to hear that. But even more than needing to hear that response from them, I needed to hear myself express it. I needed to say out loud, like, this is what I feel. I'm not going to try to push it away, rationalize it away. It may or may not be true, but the fact is, I get to say it out loud to myself, to someone else. There's so many ways you can do this. You can write a letter and never send it. You can have a role play conversation with a therapist or with a friend who's a really good listener. There's many ways that you can do this, but until you decide to take your power back and stop playing your blues song of I've been wronged, you're not going to see an opportunity for you to step into taking responsibility for your experience of life and for your ability to really heal yourself and heal yourself by acknowledging what you're saying, acknowledging what you're feeling. I kind of think of this like the stars at night, right? The stars are there. Let's say that the stars represent your connection with your deepest, truest self. And the stars are there at night for your guidance. But then there's cloudy nights and you can't see the stars. Does it mean that the stars have disappeared? No, the stars are still there. Your higher connection with yourself is still there, but the clouds are preventing you from seeing it. So this emotional sense that you have that you may not be being treated well in the outer society or within your immediate circle of friends and loved ones, or even within yourself, that's the thing to address first. Those clouds can dissipate when you're able to speak into what you're feeling, allow it to come out just exactly how it is, and then say, okay, this is what I've been experiencing. This is I've been carrying around on my shoulders all these years. And is there anything I can do differently? Is there something that I can look for evidence on that's different, that's going to help me feel more empowered and more in control of my own life? And sometimes that process of sorting through the clouds really it needs to happen with someone who's a professional therapist, with someone who can guide the process and make you feel safe, and most of all make you feel seen. Because if you're someone who has such deep emotional wounds that you've been suppressing them and then kind of projecting out to latch on to whatever conspiracy or um, rumor or whatever is causing you to just feel a little bit less alone, right? So if you're doing that projection, that's a really clear sign that it's time for you to get some assistance to process the emotions that you're going through and to feel like you're witnessed and held in that process. That is the most important thing. So why am I doing this today? This is for me. I'm sharing this information because it was on my heart. I don't claim to be any kind of professional therapist, but I am someone who knows the experience of feeling really overwhelmed by my own emotions and not knowing what to do, and then looking outward and saying the solution is somewhere out there. But really, beloved, the solution is within you, and you get to take your power back and you get to sing a joyful song. It's possible, but it really depends on what you focus on and what you're looking for proof about in your daily life. So, my challenge for you today is to find a way to express the emotions that perhaps are feeling like, causing you to project out into the world, right? That would be the big, juicy, wonderful step. But here's a teeny tiny step, a little experiment that you could do. Think of one thing that you can focus on today. Just test out this theory that I just said about that what you're looking for is what you find evidence of. Pick one thing. Maybe it's roses. Let's say that you say today, I'm gonna look for roses and see what you find. See if this focus and evidence thing really is a thing, and then let me know. I'd love to see whether this has been impactful for you. Let me know in the comments. Um, I'm so glad to be here. I help people in their businesses to find clarity, to really uncover some of these things that are the mindset and energetic pieces that are keeping them stuck so that they can become unstuck and successful and step into this wonderful pool of abundance that really is always available to all of us. So thanks for watching today and have a wonderful week. Bye.